Dr. Gold in the lab, Twitch stream glowing, formulas flashing, minds wide, knowledge flowing, equations on the board, numbers never sleep, teaching math and physics while them haters count sheep. Actual education, tune in and get schooled, flipping textbooks, breaking all the rules, from Newton to Einstein, concepts elevate. Keep the stream, it's the key to our fate. Dr. Gold dropping gems, knowledge raining down, actual education making scholars all around. Perpendicular minds, angles sharp as ice, maths and physics, yeah, the future's real nice. Got the Pythagorean triangles about to flex, quantum theories on deck, breaking all the specs, relativity theories, worlds getting small, grasp the universal laws, standing tall. From the atom to the cosmos, we rolling deep, grazing up the stars, no time to sleep. Black holes and supernovas, concepts we unfold, brain power heavy, yeah, that's Dr. Gold. Dr. Gold dropping gems, knowledge raining down, actual education making scholars all around. Perpendicular minds, angles sharp as ice, maths and physics, yeah, the future's real nice.
All right, what's up, everybody?
My man.
Oh yeah, let me get my chat working. Taco says, "Am I first again?" You are. I mean, technically, you submitted before office hours, which be careful about that. I mean, I'll let it go because you're Taco, but I don't want people to. Usually, I will clear that queue before the stream starts, because otherwise, people would just like try to front load questions like crazy. But you're here, so I'll count it. It's okay. What's up, River? And what's up, Blue? River said, "Are you familiar with how to use Lambert W functions?" I don't really know how to use Lambert functions. That sounds pretty crazy. Sounds like some advanced math. Ba-ba. You wait until 5 minutes? Yeah. Technically, wait until the stream starts, and then you can submit it. I'll still allow it. It's okay. Lambert functions solve stuff like x times ln of x equals c. Ooh, that looks scary. That looks really scary. What the hell is that? All right. Today is Wednesday. Apparently National Pizza. What was it? National Pizza on the Works Day. I have ChatGPT always come up with like, there's always like National whatever day. So apparently today's National Pizza with the Works Day. Loading up on everything except anchovies. I think I actually like anchovies on pizza though. Does anybody else like anchovies on pizza? I think I actually do. I'm a big fan of sardines. But yeah, pizza's dope. Big fan of pizza.
That's dope.
I think they always give this good question of, if you could only have one food item thing to eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? Mine would definitely be pizza. Because pizza's so versatile. It's like basically like a cheesy plate. You can put a lot of things on pizza. You can put a salad on pizza. You can put hot dogs on pizza. I do eat pineapples on pizza. I know, my Italian ancestors are rolling in their grave.
Bruh.
No. But yeah, no, I do like pineapples on pizza. Yeah, that's not. You can get fruit on pizza. You can put almost anything on a pizza. You can even put another pizza on a pizza. Have you seen like burrito pizzas or pizza burritos? That's another thing. Yeah, so if I had to eat anything for the rest of my life, it would be pizza. I'm curious, anyone else in the chat, if you have like a thought on like if you could only eat one type of food item for the rest of your life, what would it be? I guess salads would be pretty diverse because you can make like meat salads. Blue likes pineapple on pizza. Hell yeah, dude. With like some Canadian bacon, or as we call it in the US, just like ham. That's pretty dope. Okay. Let's see. Today I was working on the website for the new remedial math course I want to like kind of build out, because we do have a lot of people who ask about hey, I'm going back to school, or I forgot all my math, or even students being like, I didn't learn shit. I feel like my math skills are kind of like low. So I was starting to build like this website. I'll let you know when it's fully ready. It's gonna probably be end of this week or early next week. But basically, it's a little math boot camp that you can go through. It's the same one that we kind of did during summer camp, but it has like trig stuff in it, and also has a couple more example questions. So I used AI, of course, to help come up with all the, text and stuff. Work smarter, not harder, But yeah, I need to get this like approved by the company I'm working with first, and then once it's approved, I'll make it live. And then once it's live, I will advertise it in the server, because I know a lot of people joined our server recently because I told them that there would be like a remedial math course that they could go for, and it's free. I just have to, I gotta build in like some donation pages for it, because I think the company wants there to be like at least the opportunity for some money to come out of it. That's where I'm like, I'm bad at monetizing things. I just want to do shit for free all the time. But I understand that, things cost money, right? I mean, the electricity used for this costs money, time costs money, so. And we do get people who donate all the time, which is like super nice. I think yesterday someone just like dropped like $5 Canadian, right, on our stream. Thank you, whoever did that. It was nice. I remember seeing that. He's like, oh, you're dope. Here's $5.
That's dope.
I'm like, hell yeah. Okay. The type of pineapple. What are the bad pineapples? Isn't all pineapple great? All right. I have to... Yeah. The stream has to be 15 minutes shorter today because I do have to go teach another student at 8. So let's jump right into it and get you guys some help with some questions. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Office Hours. My name is Dr. Gold, with Saxo Education, the stream that helps you out with math homework, science homework, all sorts of fun stuff. We are going live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. We are live on Twitch. If you need help, we're here. If you're scrolling through one of the algorithms, you'll probably find us. All right, let me make sure the... Good. YouTube chat's gonna work. Nice. And let's get the TikTok running. WebSocket. You want to work today? Come on, chat. Ooh, sign in error. No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh dear. Should just work. Unless, dude, TikTok keeps changing their algorithm. It's super annoying. Oh no, it's good. All right, we're good. Nice. It works. Great. Okay. First question comes up from Taco Cat. So if you go to this website, actualdiscord.com, or sorry, actualofficehours.com. This is the old URL, but it still works. We can go look at the queue. Wow. Nice. This is a great question. I know this one. You unhinged monster. Oh no, Alistair. Yeah, some people get really strong feelings. All right, one second. I'm gonna delete all these pages. I don't need them anymore. All right, let's see. First question of the day. I think it has to do with like multiple rates. It says, one printing press can produce a newspaper in 6 hours running alone. A second printing press can produce a paper in 9 hours running alone, and a third can produce it in 12 hours running alone. And then there's a late breaking headline that caused the newspaper to change the paper later than usual. So they need to run all three at once. How long will it take to produce the newspaper? So this is like, I think they call it like combined rate. This is a combined rates question, right? So you have rate 1, which can produce like one newspaper in 6 hours. And then you have rate 2, which is equal to one newspaper in 5 hours. What? Smart people. What's up, clickbait? Analytical calculus? Probably Alistair. Wow, thanks for the raid, Pen. Wow, Pen Center's coming in. What's up, Pen? How was your Harry Ball discussion?
Disqualified.
Apparently that's a thing in math. The Harry Ball theorem or something. I'm not gonna Google it right now because I might get like kind of yelled at. Shout out Pen Center. Why can't I tag you? There you go. Nice. Shout out to Pen Center. Pen Center is great. They were doing a fun discussion on Riemann surfaces, I think, this afternoon. I was tuning in for a bit. Sorry, not 5 hours, 9 hours. I read this incorrectly. I fucked up, sorry. Right, and then the third press can do... Is this a jacket? This is just a dress shirt. I was actually just looking for clothes to wear, and this was the closest thing on my chair. I was like, oh, I'll just wear this. Okay. And now I need to do... I need all three to run at once, right? Gold wearing a gold shirt. Believe that. Where would that come from? Who knows? Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we invert the rates here is what we do, right? Like, I want to figure out how many hours it takes. I want, like... I low-key stumped on this. I think I know... Dude, I always say that there's no such thing as a dumb question on my stream unless you ask me, like, what my favorite color is. You should be publicly shamed if you don't know what my favorite color is. It reminds me of Golden Freezer. How much of a newspaper can it produce per hour? That's exactly what I want. Yes. Yes. I knew it was that. Okay. Okay, there you go. Okay. This is the same thing as saying 1/6. Oh, so it's silver. Stop. 1/6 of a newspaper in 1 hour. Okay. This is equal to 1/9 of a newspaper in 1 hour. Frieza. Oh, Frieza. Oh, from like Dragon Ball. And this is 1/12 of a newspaper. Uh-huh. Okay. So then this is a cool thing. So the total amount of newspaper that they can produce in 1 hour is the sum of all three of these things. So you could say in 1 hour, R1 and R2 and R3 working together I think they usually word this question differently. I think they usually say like how many newspapers they can do in 1 hour. Or well, I'm trying to remember the way they word this usually. It is usually worded in a way that like stumps people. I thought it was something like inverting things, but okay. So you need to add these all together to see, because in 1 hour, R1 will produce a 1/6 of a newspaper, R2 will produce a 9th, and R3 will produce a 12th. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well that's when it's symmetric descendant fonts, right? Yeah, that's when it's super easy. Least common denominator. Yeah, this is a good... All right, here we go. Here's another basic math skill, right? How do I add these fractions together? So I need the least common multiple of 6, 9, and 12.
Nice.
So that ends up being 18, is what Jeff said. So... Pretty nice. Oh, is it? Oh, it's not 18. Wait, what? Oh, Jeff, you led me astray. God damn it, Jeff. Jeff, tricking me already here today, dude? Jeff. Whoops. Yes, 12 does not go into 18. It is 36. I wrote down the 9 as a 5. Where? Yes, I did do that earlier. You erred before I did. Okay, sorry. So let's multiply this by 3 over 3. Let's multiply this by 2 over 2. Let's multiply this by... Or no, dude, I keep saying 18. Jesus. 6 over 6. 4 over 4. 3 over 3. This is like the Nelson Mandela effect. There's something in this thing that makes me and Jeff both want to say that it's 18. You know what it is? It's because 6 goes into 12, 9 goes into 18, and then we're just like, it's kind of the same thing. Okay, so this is 6 over 36 plus 4 over 36. 18 is fine if you want to keep doing it again. Yeah, that's true. 3 over 36. How do we get here? So from the question, DMs, I mean, it's a good question. We wrote down how many newspapers, or what like fraction of a newspaper each one of these presses could do in an hour. So since the first press can do one newspaper in 6 hours, that means in 1 hour, they can only do 1/6 of a newspaper. Do you see how 1 over 6 is the same thing as 1 over 6 over 1? And then for the second newspaper, it's 1/9. For the third one, it's 1/12. And so then in an hour, if they all work together on like producing the same newspaper, that would then be 1/6 plus 1/9 plus 1/12, which we're going to show here is then equal to 36th of a newspaper in 1 hour. Okay. But I think the question asks, how long will it take to produce one newspaper? Right? So this is where you can kind of set up similar, what is it called? Like similar fractions, ratios, whatever the fuck. Yeah, here you go. So you can do this. You can say, okay, this is like equivalent rates, I think is what you guys learn in school. So 13 over 36 newspapers in 1 hour is equal to one newspaper over X hours. Yeah, pipe swelling attack, yeah. So these are two rates, right? The rate at which they all move together to produce 13/36 of a newspaper in 1 hour is the same rate that they produce one newspaper in X number of hours. This was my worst enemy during 6th grade. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the rates, I think it's called, it's not related rates, because related rates is a calculus concept. I think it's called equivalent rates. You know what's better? Gold wearing a gold jacket using Gold's rule for factoring. Yeah. Okay. So then you can solve for X here, right? The way to do that is you multiply this, or I like to say you can just like switch this with this. You can just switch them, right? So then you have X hours over 1 hour is equal to one newspaper over 13 over 36 newspapers. So then, whatever, hours cancels, and you get X is equal to newspaper cancels, and 1 over 13 over 36 is the same thing as 36 over 13, right? Dividing by fractions, keep, change, flip. It's another one that you guys learned. And, I mean, that's around 2.9, I guess. Probably like 2.9-ish, right? So, we can get our calculator out for this one, though. Not bad. Okay, so it's gonna be 36 divided by 13. So 2.77. Yes, nice. 2.77 hours is the correct answer, and you're done. Convert it to hours and minutes? No, dude. We can just say hours. That's fine. Almost 3 newspapers. Lazy workers. Well, I mean, it shows how, like, divisional labor works, right? The fastest newspaper took 6 hours to produce one, right? And sorry, when I say one newspaper, I think, like, a newspaper run, which is probably, like, millions of newspapers or hundreds of thousands of newspapers. But so for instance here, if it takes 6 hours for one of them to run, and then 9 hours from another one to run, and then 12 hours from the other one to run, all of them combined can at least produce one in 2.77 hours, which is much faster than any single one of them individually. So yeah, that's a very cool math question, Taco. I like that one. What's a newspaper, Dr. Gold? Dude, that's more than a millennial, dog. Dude, that's like Gen Z. Dude, we still have newspapers. I'm a millennial. We still have newspapers. Yeah. We definitely still have newspapers. I mean, we still do have newspapers, but yeah, people definitely don't really read them. Heptaseconds? Oh, man. All right, let's see. Nice question, Taco. That's going to get added to our Discord. And you get a point for asking a question. Have you ever subbed to a newspaper? Like a physical one? No. I mean, I used to like get PC Gamer. That was like a magazine, I guess. Not really a newspaper. I used to have a New York Times subscription, and then I got upset at them for like some reporting they did, so I stopped. And then I had a Washington Post subscription, and then I got upset at some reporting they did, so I stopped. And now I don't have any subscriptions. I think my dad has an Atlantic subscription that he like shares with me. Yeah, New York Times is free for students. I think the news is you know, honestly, if it was free again, I would definitely go back to the New York Times. It was kind of irresponsible how they I forget even what it was, but it was probably something Trump related, and they posted an article which I was like, yo man, that's like really irresponsible. Don't do that. I have a calc test tomorrow, so I'm nervous and scared because I have a D in the class. Uh-oh, Kempy. Well, come get some help, Kempy. Submit a question. Make sure we can help you out, dude. What on earth is a heptasecond? Good question. Gold, have you seen what's happening with Trump? What do you mean what's happening with Trump? Every day something's happening with Trump. Is there something specifically new I should know about? That man just loves to live in the news. It seems you need some help from Gold. Yeah, let's see what Habaka's got. Ooh, tunable laser. This is fun. He's involved with Epstein. Yeah, dude, that's been news for a while. What's in the news is they released some more emails finally. I don't know. I see this turning into another like Russiagate situation where like no one fucking cares anyways. Like, oh, he raped children? Who cares? We've become so numb to people doing bad things at this point. Speaking of newspapers, what do you use for the soundboard buttons? I'm looking for something more convenient than Discord. I use a actual MIDI keyboard. This is what I use. I use an actual keyboard.
That's dope. Good job.
That's how I do it. So like different keys do different things. It's because I mean I have a background in like music production and like DJing stuff, so I already had this. I don't think it's the most efficient way probably to do a soundboard. It's the coolest because I can like program things. Yeah, that's dope. But I would highly recommend a Stream Deck if you can. I don't know if you, my USB is not long enough, but yeah, Stream Decks are great for soundboards. Probably easier. No, I do have it memorized. Yeah, it's completely memorized mathematically. Yeah, I know that like D sharp is positive and like C is that's dope, and like D is the you want to synthesizers are very cool. I do have a Stream Deck. No, I do have a Stream Deck. The Stream Deck controls all the when we go between the scenes and stuff like this. That's a Stream Deck. I even have a foot pedal if I really wanted to. I stopped using my foot pedal though. Do I like Trump? I like him for some things. In general, no. I think he lies about a lot of things, and he's kind of a narcissist. But he is right about some things. So I don't believe he's like Satan. But I would say in general, like I definitely vote more liberal than conservative, but I also don't agree with some things that the Democratic Party is behind. So I think I consider myself more of an independent. And I think that's important to be able to see that there's truth in everything. Like the truth is always somewhere in between. Just came back. I love that you're talking about me like this. What's up, Pen? But yeah, no, if someone was asking me about soundboards, Stream Decks, go get a Stream Deck. These things are great. I think you could probably get away with, also the software on it is a lot easier. I use like a full like Ableton coated thing, which is ridiculous. You need it. It's like $400 if you want to buy it. I use it for music production, but I also dual purpose it for streaming. You don't need that. You just go get a Stream Deck. I use like 30 drops. I mean, they make an XL. I forget how many buttons this has. How many does this have? Let's see, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 32. Yeah. As a European, I find U.S. politics polarized. Yeah, I mean it is. Unfortunately, it's a consequence of. We'll go back to math and science questions in a second here, but my quick 2 cents on this is that politics is polarized because newspapers and articles depend on clicks, and clicks only occur if you have very polarizing material. If you have stuff that people hate and people love, that's great for engagement. So, in order to be noticed on the algorithms, unfortunately these days, you have to basically say really extreme polarizing stuff, because you get a lot of support from people who are crazy and love you, and you get a lot of hate from people who are crazy and hate you. And so that's unfortunately, I think we kind of created this with social media. Politics didn't used to be this polarized. It was actually pretty neutral in the 80s, 90s, even the early thousands. You look at the debates that the presidents used to have, very civil, very demure. Everyone was respectful. But nowadays, the only way to get popular and punch through the algorithm is to basically post rage bait, and unfortunately, that seeps into politics. So, no, you don't have to. You don't have to be a part of it, though. You don't have to support the rage bait. You can still vote independently. Stream Deck, yeah, it's great. Yes, I agree, Sadhu. That's a better way to do politics. Yeah. What do you think about Zoran? Okay, all right, let me do more math, and then I'll talk about my political views. There's a lot going on there. I don't see any quantum mechanic questions yet. This looks like a physics question. Yeah, it's Steam Deck and Stream Deck. Yeah. Stream Deck is by Elgato. Steam Deck is by Valve. Yeah. Okay, a tunable laser is able to generate a beam of... yes, it's not clickbait, it's rage bait. There's a difference. Generate a beam of... Okay, with wavelengths from here. 10 different wavelengths are shown. And the order of the first order is maximum is recorded each time. The graph shows the data points along the best fit line. Okay, several students wrote down equations relating theta to lambda, m, and d. Which equations don't pass a units check? Oh, that's cool. Well, I think it needs to be in degrees then, right? Right? So let's see. This definitely passes the degree check. This is great. Well, I think it is actually. Wait, let me check this. So here's the key thing. So arc sine will give you an angle, but also I need to take the arc sine to something that's unitless, right? So let's check the units work out here. So m is just a number, right? That's okay. Numbers are fine. Numbers have no units. Lambda has a unit of meters, and then distance has a unit of meters, so those cancel.
Good
Great. So yeah, this one is
job.
actually okay.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Descendant Fonts. Thanks for coming by, dude. Yeah, go give your eyes a break, or you can just turn on the audio. I think Kato was doing that on my stream yesterday. He said, or was it Joseph? They were going to sleep and they just left the audio on, and they said it's so soothing to just listen to your stream while I'm going to sleep. I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. Okay. This is interesting. E to the lambda. I mean, E is unitless, right? So... Wait, but what happens when you do something to like a... Twitch math is great background noise. Yeah, especially if you guys are talking about like hairy balls. E is Euler's number. Correct, Leckel. Yep, that's EXP. What's up? Nuteg, yes, sir. For me, it's not soothing. Yeah, I know it can be like stressful sometimes. Also, I mean, what we should see here, right, is that theta should not be... Okay. There's a difference between, like, a units check and also, like, the correct relationship. This does need to be exponential with lambda. This is linear with lambda, I believe. Right? So that doesn't really help me. Right? So this is not the correct relationship. Is that Skyrim music? No, that was Halo that was playing earlier. This is kind of chemistry related. I think it's more physics, but they definitely do this type of thing in chemistry to identify things, such as like mass specs. So, right. Okay, key thing here, angle needs to be dimensionless, or it can be in degrees. That's okay. In this case, we already know this is dimensionless from this. So this is like okay units, but it's not the correct relationship because it's linear. You say because sigma is linear, or delta is linear with lambda. Is e to the distance still distance? Well, no, actually, I don't even know what the units would be there. That's like really fucked, honestly. Anytime you have like anytime you have something in the exponents in physics or science or whatever, that needs to be unitless. Yeah. E to the like whatever, this has to be unitless. So this one fails units. This one passes units. It's okay. Because, again, arc sine will give you angle, and this is unitless. You need to take the arc sine of something unitless. So this is passes units. Thanks, Data Wisdom. And then quadratic. Well, I don't think this passes units then, right? Because this is not unitless. So this is, like, fails units. Okay. So, I mean, the only one that's probably correct is this. I think it's arc sine. Right? I think this is probably correct. Because the only other one that passes units is this, but it's linear. So this is the correct relationship. If you want to see like why that is, just look at a graph of what arc sine is. So arc sine graph. So this is, for instance, a graph of arc sine, which kind of looks like what we got, right? Or at least looks like the right side of it, right? Yeah. So yeah, this looks pretty close to arc sine. Nice. Okay, cool. Makes sense. Does that make more sense to you, Habaka? Did you have any questions about this? Any further questions? You can derive this relationship. It's actually pretty cool where it comes from. This is, yeah, diffraction gratings with split. Yeah. This is a fun thing to do if you've actually done it. I mean, I think your class, for the sake of this class, you just need to know how to read a graph. But there is physics to like behind where this works. Make sense? Cool. Great job, Habaka. Nice. Yeah, diffraction gratings. Let me get the hyperphysics version of this. Hyperphysics diffraction gratings. Yeah, this is it. This is these are very cool. It's like you have like you have a plane wave of light, and then you have a grating, which is like a bunch of little slits. And this actually proves that light has wave-like nature. Because if wave was particle-like, you would expect that you would only see just like that the light would move like throwing a ball, and it would just only have peaks exactly where the gratings were. It turns out that each one of these gratings acts like a spherical wave generator, and then you end up getting like interference. Does that experiment depend on if anybody's watching? No, I think that's the double slit experiment. I think that, or one of those or something. Or maybe it's like this. Yeah. Clickbait says no. Yeah, HBach, are you in our Discord? Clickbait is asking if you're in the Discord. If you have any other optics questions, he wants to do something for practice. They are fun, but yeah, it comes from this. So you get this relationship, right? Do you see how literally this is exactly what we were talking about? What was it? So d sine theta is equal to m lambda, right? And then if you're to rearrange this for theta, you get that sine theta is equal to m lambda over d. And then to get rid of the theta, you just take the arcsine of both sides. All right, move that over. So that cancels. And then you would literally get that theta is equal to arcsine of m lambda over d. Yes, light behaves as both a particle and a wave. Yeah. Again, the reason for this, so we proved that light acts like a particle through what's called the photoelectric effect. We did a question on that earlier. But the reason why light behaves like a wave is like, you can imagine if like light was here as a wave, or sorry, if light was a particle, if light was a bunch of particles, then the particles, right, should only pass through the slits right here. So if you were to shine a light here and you had two holes, you should only see like big pieces of light directly opposite here and then directly opposite here. It turns out you actually see like a bunch of these peaks. And the reason for that is that when light, which is a plane wave, hits this slit, it then ripples out like a spherical wave. And you end up getting like some overlap at different spots. And whether the waves overlap such that they're on top of each other. So if you have like constructive interference, which is when the two waves are like exactly on top of each other, that creates a peak. But then if they're like out of phase with each other, this creates like a dark spot. Yeah. I mean, this is arcsine, right? Yeah, arcsine is sine to the negative 1. So, bro, you're so smart. Sometimes, thanks, man. So yeah, I highly encourage you to. So here, for a double slit, you only really care about like the first couple. So they make this cute approximation that sine of theta is basically just equal to theta. If theta is small enough, the sine of a very small number is just the small number, and so that's why they're able to like kind of come up with this. Do you help with chain rule problems? Yeah, totally, Jay. So yeah, if you're finding us right now on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever, go to this website, actualofficehours.com. Type in your username, drop in a screenshot, hit upload, and I will help you live on the stream here work through the question. There's not many questions in the queue right now. We're only at 3, so you have a very good chance of me going over it pretty quickly here. Okay. So let's see what the next question is. Well, yeah, JC and Jeff talk about what was it, entanglement or something? All right, that's a good question. Here we go. Entanglement. Yeah, Leckle. Yeah, they're debating in Twitch. If you want to go talk about it in Twitch, that's where they're at. All right. When you are solving quadratic equations in 2 variables by graphing, the origin 0, 0 is a good test point. Why is that? Oh, okay. Because usually it makes things like very simple. That's a good question. Like, why is it? I would say because it makes the inequality easy to solve. Right? So For instance, no, I prefer, yes, go, yeah, yeah. You guys can talk as much as you want in my stream. The engagement's great, actually. The more messages are in my stream, the better. But yes, if you want to save it for some engaging stuff with Joseph during his stream, you can also do that as well. I don't mind either way. I say the more chat, the better. Yeah, the algorithms like chat, so y'all can talk as long as it's like mostly related to what we're doing ish. No, explain further, dive deeper, right? I would just say, yeah, it just makes it easy to solve. I mean, let's say for instance you have the quadratic, like, what is this like? Ooh. Let's say like y is greater than or equal to, I don't know, like x squared plus 5x plus 6, right? And you figure out how to graph this. I mean, one easy way to graph this is to factor this first. So this would be the same thing as like x plus 2, x plus 3, which you could then graph. You know that the 0 points, right, are at 2 and 3, or negative 2 and negative 3, sorry. So you'd have like, oh, here's a point, say this is like negative 3, it's like negative 2. And then the vertex is always like in between the two of them. So it would be at negative 2.5. And you could solve to see what that y coordinate is. I'm guessing it would be probably somewhere up here, actually. No, this is positive. No, it has to do this. Sorry. Anyways, it would do something like this, right? And then when you want to test whether you shade this or you shade this, well, because it's greater than, you kind of already know it's going to be this. But if you absolutely wanted to be 100% sure and not take intuitive shortcuts, you just test a point. And it's very easy to test 0, 0 here, right? Because you just make this 0, and then this is 0, this is 0, and then it just becomes a 0 greater than or equal to 6. And that's false. Right? 0 is not greater than or equal to 6. So that's why it's not here. So it has to be here. Big Lizzy said that's the exact textbook answer what you just said about the test point. Is that really what they said? Because it just makes it easy. I mean, it does. It just, like, it's so easy to solve shit when it's just plug in for 0. Okay. All right, given the graph of the quadratic function, write the solution for the quadratic inequalities. Write the solution. Use graphs of the quadratic functions to answer the inequality. Okay, very interesting. So wait, what? Oh, write the solutions. Oh, okay. Oh, these are cool. All right. So, okay. I think I'm gonna factor this just straight up. It's interesting that they say this isn't really a graph. I think you want to say this. I mean, in order to graph this, you have to say like y is less than or equal to x squared minus 2x minus 3. It's interesting that they just say 0 and then they say, oh, here's the graph. We can kind of try to look at it though. Let's see. I'm gonna factor this first, and so what I'm gonna consider is what multiplies to negative 3, but adds up to negative 2. Oh, thanks for the follow, Glow. That would be negative 3 and positive 1, right? Those two things add up to negative 2 and then multiply to negative 3. So now I know people don't like the red. I'm gonna do the blue. X minus 3. X plus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. So, this tells me that if I want this to be equal to 0, for instance, that would happen at x equals 3 or x is equal to negative 1. And I think they plot that right here, right? Yeah, look at this. They plot it at negative 1. They plot it at 3, right? 1, 2, 3. And, interesting. Is greater than or equal to y. Okay, so this is y. This is a graph. This is a graph of y is equal to x minus 3, x plus 1, right? And so if I want to say this is greater than or equal to 0, I think we want to say y is greater than or equal to x minus 3, x plus 1, right? Because this is effectively like y. I think so. This is weird how they do this. All right. the other way I would do this is I would just do I do a number line. So these are critical points. I have x equals 3. Yeah, I agree with the number line, E10. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with the graph here. It's like confusing. X is equal to -1. And then you just got to test points in between. So, for instance, what's between -1 and 3? 0. Again, here comes 0 again. So, now you just plug 0 into here and see what happens. So, if I plug 0 into here, this is the beautiful thing about it being like just greater than or equal to 0, and you have two things multiplying. You just have to look at whether these things are positive or negative. You don't have to actually get the number. So, 0 minus 3, that's a negative number. 0 plus 1 is a positive number. A negative times a positive is a negative. Is a negative greater than or equal to 0? It's not. So it can't be here. I can, Ethan. Submit a screenshot of a question. I'll do it. So then let's check the outside values just to be safe, right? I could check x equals 4, for instance. Right? If I put 4 into here, that's positive. 4 minus 3 is positive. 4 plus 1 is 5, positive. Positive times a positive is positive. Is positive greater than or equal to 0? It is. Cool. And then I could do something less than -1. We could, for instance, check x is equal to -2. I can definitely help with quantum numbers in chemistry, yeah. If I can't do it, Joseph can do it. He's like our CEO of chem. He's very smart in chem. -2 minus 3. So that's another negative number. -2 plus 1 is also a negative number. Negative times a negative is positive. Is a positive greater than 0? It is. Cool. So now we've identified where this is defined, right? So it's defined from here to here. So if you wanted to write this in the correct form, I would say x is contained in -infinity to -2, bracket though, because it's allowed to equal -2. Right, that's a key thing here. Because this was greater than or equal to, you put solid things here instead of like hollow ones. Union, x can also be greater than 3. Greater than or equal to 3. So you would say bracket 3 and then like infinity here. Okay, cool. So on the graph here, right, that refers to from -infinity to -2. So I guess that's like here. So that's like these points. Or x can be between 3 and infinity. Okay. I don't know why the graphs really helped you there. I don't think the graphs did. Yes, Alistair, Leckel has a PhD in quantum mechanics. He can definitely help you with Schrödinger's equation. Yeah, I don't know why the graph is... I don't know why the fuck they give you this graph. It doesn't really help me. Oh, actually, I guess it does. Sorry, they're asking me, like, okay, if this is y, I'm saying, where is this graph greater than or equal to 0? The graph is greater than or equal to 0 from here, which is -infinity, all the way to -2, and also here, which is from +3 to infinity. I see. There we go. Okay, to the end of forever is Leckel. Yes, good morning, Jay. Okay, cool. So that's also a way to look at it. I think this is kind of the better method to do it. Nice. Okay, great. Cool. Good question, Charles. Appreciate it.
Well done! Well done!
Send me the music, Alistair. I'll look at it. In general, everything is copyrighted these days, so I don't trust to put anything on my streams unless I know it's like completely AI. Because somebody will fucking claim it, and then they get all the revenue from your broadcast. It's really dumb. I can definitely tutor Calculate 3. Yes, can do that. You stumbled upon math help, Sabrina. Welcome. Don't scroll away. We can help you. Thank you, Sam. Welcome, Sam, back into the chat. Sam, our wonderful, amazing Discord mod. Super mod. I think you're like the second most powerful person besides myself in the Discord. All right, Charles. Let's add your question. And Zev, correct. And Zev, bless Zev. Yes, yeah. Zev doesn't check on it as much. Zev is my insurance policy in case I accidentally unalive myself somehow. Like if I die, I need someone that like I trust as like almost blood related to like handle my affairs. So yeah, that's why Zev is top on the server. You'll be seeing me in January when I start my math course for quarters. My math for coders course. Nice. What's your math for coders course? I'm curious. Is that like linear algebra stuff or something? I'm curious what math for coders is. Probably maybe sequences and series for sure. Coding is a lot of sequences and series. How often do I do that? Good question. So yeah, if you're just joining us, there's a website, actualofficehours.com. This is where you can drop in a screenshot of your homework question, test question. I don't care what it is. As long as it's somewhat math, science related, I will try to do it to my best ability. You can drop it here. Also, if you want to figure out when we stream, click on the streaming schedule, and you'll see a beautiful calendar that is getting filled by the day with more and more people who also do similar educational streams, helping people, students, adults, whoever. So we do this 5 times a week. So we will be on tomorrow, again, from 4 to 7 Pacific. But I'm not the only person that does this. Penn Center was just doing a stream talking about Riemann surfaces. And then Joseph had a stream yesterday morning. He was doing also math and science stuff. Zach does stuff. He has a math and science stream on Saturday. There's nobody streaming on Friday. Interesting. Friday's kind of a dead day, honestly. If you look at the engagement numbers on like YouTube and Twitch, unless again you're just chilling around with like feet pics and whatever, like you're not really gonna get. No student really wants to go onto Twitch like on Friday. Like school's done. I don't stream on Fridays and Saturdays. I stream Sunday through Thursday. The guy with the PhD just dipped. Oh, Leckel's still here, dude. Go join our Discord. Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, make sure, if you want to keep the conversation going, I also post all the answers to all the questions we go over on our Discord. Make sure you go here and click join our Discord. It's awesome. If you're a gamer and you like Fortnite and Robux and all that stuff, we give that out to... my TikTok's being restricted for suicide and self-harm? God damn it. Oh, dude, dude, TikTok is nuts. Do you hear, dude? I got a notice on TikTok that just because I said why like one of my friends is a super admin on my server for if I'm no longer here anymore, they identified that in my audio and said I might be promoting self-harm. Are you serious? That's nuts. Dude, TikTok doesn't joke with like, they are pretty intense with monitoring stuff. That's nuts. Okay, whatever. You're still here. You can still see me. It's just like they're not going to post me on the front for like 10 minutes. Yasser says, why don't you post long form content? I do. It doesn't do very well. Nobody watches long form content. It's the unfortunate reality we live in. Yeah, dude, TikTok is nuts, dude. Yeah, they're very intense. That's hilarious that they analyzed my chat. Like, just my voice. Okay, fine. Yeah, I agree. It's okay. All right. Well, they'll unrestrict it in 10 minutes. Okay, show all your work for each part of the question. Cool. 2 isolated thin charged rods have the same positive charge Q and the same length L. The rods are bent into semicircles. Okay. Well, so they're like stretched. Like, I'm sorry, what? This rod used to be length L. It's definitely not length L anymore. Is this AP? This kind of looks like College Board. I generally don't like College Board, but I understand it gets you college credit. So like in that case, we do like College Board. I don't like the company. The problems are okay. Non-linear charge density lambda 2 is equal to lambda naught x over L. Oh, very interesting. Okay. The point along the rod from one end to the... But here... What? But this thing no longer has length L. It has length pi L. Taking the electric potential to be 0 infinitely far away and the electric potential at the centers of the semicircles is respectively. Okay. So they want to know what's the potential here if it has a total charge Q here. What if they're measuring along the curve? No, but it has the same radius. I guess I don't actually need to know the numbers. I just need to know that it's non-linear. I think they are measuring along the curve, but the curve is no longer length L, right? Because this is x equals 0. Oh, I see what you're saying. No. Oh, okay, wait. This is where the wording is weird. They say 2 rods have the length L. The rods are bent. I assume, like, this is the x-axis, and this is x equals 0, and this is x equals L. And that they bent it out. I think I see what you guys are saying. You're saying that this is x equals 0. This is like some goofy coordinate system. And then this is x is equal to L over 2. Yeah, I definitely do. GED stuff, 100%. I can definitely help you with GED. Again, don't feel intimidated if the stuff I'm doing seems complicated. I also do less complicated stuff as well. I also do more complicated stuff. Just submit whatever. We'll try and do it. Okay. The electric potentials at the center of the semicircles are respectively. So, I mean, potential is equal to KQ over R. But then here's the interesting thing. That's for a single point charge, right? So what we could do is we could consider, instead of having a single point charge, we could consider having a bunch of these little mini point charges, right? That all add up eventually to having a total charge Q. But I'm going to take all these little Qs and then see what the potential is from all of them. Which, I think it adds up to be the same, right? Because at the end of the day, you're doing dV is equal to K over R dQ. And then dQ is equal to lambda dx, right? Yeah, Glizzy has the right idea. Screenshot it, find a problem online, yeah. Right, yeah, the lambda is the charge density. So this is like a linear density. Linear density times the length. Need to use the angle to integrate. I don't think you need to. You're correct that technically dx in this case would be like r d theta, but or big R d theta. So then, but I think when you integrate this dq, right, you should just get q total. That's the integral of dq should just give you q total. I think in both cases. I think it's equal. Nug says I think it's equal too as well. I agree it's equal. College Board says it's equal because electric potential only relies on total charge and the distance, and those are all equal. Okay, wait, what's part C then? Oh, is there more to it? Sorry. Did you submit another screenshot with part C? Sorry. This is yours. Part C asks you to derive an expression for Q and prove your... Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay. So, Q total is equal to the integral of dq, right? Which, for this one has uniform charge density lambda 1. Okay, so let's say in the first situation, Q is equal to the integral from 0 to L. And then it's just lambda 1 dx, right? Okay. So this is for the first rod, okay? Lambda 1 does not depend on x, right? It's independent of x, so you can pull it out as a constant. So this is lambda 1, integral of 0 to L dx. Integral of dx is just x. And then from 0 to L, that becomes just L, right? This is equal to lambda 1, and then it's x from 0 to L. So that's just equal to lambda 1x. Let's do the second rod. The second rod has non-uniform density. This. Cool. So the second rod should have charge. Wait, I'm just curious. It says part C acid to derive an expression for Q. Okay. So in the second part, Q is equal to the integral from 0 to L, and then this is lambda 2 dx. But now lambda 2 does depend on x, right? So you get Q is equal to the integral from 0 to L. This is going to be lambda naught x over L dx. So Q is going to equal to lambda. So lambda naught and L are all constants, right? So you can say lambda naught over L, integral from 0 to L, x squared dx. Or sorry, just x dx. And then the integral of x dx, right? That's 1/2 x squared. So that's equal to lambda naught over L, 1/2 x squared. And then this is evaluated from 0 to L. Nice. What's up, Lonely? Hope the homework's going well. Okay. So, this just becomes lambda naught over L, 1/2 L squared. One of the L's cancels, right? And you just get that Q is equal to lambda naught L over 2. Nice. Grind on it. Grind on it. Okay. They don't tell us any relationship for lambda naught and lambda 1, no, right? Nice, Lonely. I don't think you need the angle. Because again, I agree, Igor, that usually I would do RD theta. You can, because this is... They're talking about... can you integrate a curve like this? I feel like you can, because they're calling like x... Like this is x equals 0, and they're calling this like x equals L. I agree it's strange. In any case, you're going to get something in terms of lambda naught, right? Because lambda 2 is dependent on lambda naught, but I don't see anything about lambda naught and lambda 1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the interesting thing is, so lambda is a linear charge density. Okay, so let's do it the other way. Let's do it the other way. Q number 10 is so real. Uh-oh. JC's already looking. Okay, so let's do the angular way. Let's do it in terms of angular stuff, right? So, if you want to do this, and then let's say this is R, right? Then this little part here this is going to be this is like what they call like ds, and that's equal to r d theta. Okay, so now when we're integrating, we're going to integrate from let's say like theta equals 0 to pi, because we're going to go from the angle 0 to all the way that the angle is then like pi. And we're going to do lambda r d theta. Okay. I think that's great, right? Isn't that all I need, right? R d theta times lambda. Yeah. And then this is equal to Q. So... yeah. So here's the weird thing though, but lambda depends on x. Yeah, no, but this is where this is weird. lambda, right, depends on x, where x is measuring like x is measuring where it is. X is measuring like where it is along the line, right? X is the length. Yeah, that's why this. Man, College Board wrote a garbage question.
Disqualified.
Right? Because here's what they say. They say this is x equals 0. This is x equals L. Yeah, right, Igor? That's what screws this. Because it's, yeah. I can't wait to drop a 1 on this exam. No.
Motherfucker.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, Nugget, don't worry. Or nut egg, sorry. This is an electrostatic problem. If a question like this is written so poorly that there's so much ambiguity, they drop the question. You don't get punished for this. Like, there is a curve. So I will say, as someone who has taught physics at UCLA, this is a terrible question. It's just written so badly. Because yeah, now this is dependent on x, but like, what is x dependent on? Literally, the lowest I've scored someone is a 55. Yeah, I've done lower. I've had definitely lower. What is x? So they are defining x as like the linear position that you are along this arc. They're saying like this is x equals 0, and then like this is, for instance, x equals L. It's hilarious. Yeah, Alistair, there's your quantum mechanics person. Also, I mean, I have a PhD in physics. You can also ask me. Mine's in plasma physics. Right? So in this case, like this is where this is funny, right? X goes from 0 to L, right? So instead of x over L, it should be theta over pi, right? Instead of x over L. X over L is equivalent to theta over pi. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, let's see what happens. So if you do this, integral from 0 to pi of theta naught 0 over pi r d theta, or sorry, theta over pi, right? Okay. This is equal to theta naught over pi, integral of 0 to pi, and then there's still an r here, right? And then so this is theta d theta, which is just going to get you 1/2 theta squared. So that's equal to lambda naught r over pi. And then it's 1/2 pi squared. Right? Okay, so the pi cancels, right? And you get lambda naught r pi over 2. I don't really know what this like shows you though. Like pi r over 2 is the same thing as L over 2, which is what we had earlier here. Right? Yeah. I think, yeah, what I want, I don't really even know if you, this seems like extraneous information. Yeah, exactly, JC. Yeah, because total charge is going to be the same. This has no bearing on me. Because where the fuck did this, where is lambda not referenced again? Unless they meant for this to be lambda 1, but then that's not correct. Oh, man. Aaron, Nutta, can you drop me the link for, like, which year and which question this one was? I want to see the solutions. Levels of yeah, no, but that's too complicated. Lecker, I can't start creating, like, roles within roles. That's too much. Physics God is just like someone who's helpful at answering physics. And also, I will make the argument that sometimes people with PhDs in certain degrees are absolutely awful at explaining simpler concepts. So it works both ways. Yes, sometimes a math PhD can like do higher level math questions than a lower math person could, but also sometimes the lower math person can explain the lower math better than the higher math can. Oh, it's a progress check. We're doing physics right here. Okay. You know, when in doubt, ChatGPT'd out. I'm going to throw this at chat. I'm just curious. Because sometimes chat can read... You know, I have a sinking suspicion that College Board is now using ChatGPT to write their questions. Because this is... I don't think a human wrote this. Because there's like problem... It's problematic. It's a problematic question. Like, where did Lambda not come from? They just, like, dumped it out of nowhere. Are they uncorrelated skills or are they negatively correlated skills? I think just when you're doing a PhD, you tend to focus on very specific high-level concepts, which you start saying that the lower-level things are trivial, and like you assume that they're already proven, and so you don't need to like re-explain them again, because it's like the building blocks. In the same way that, you know, a race car driver knows how to drive a car because they assume that the gas pedal works. But if the gas pedal breaks, you know, then it's like, oh, well, who designed the gas pedal? So, like, the foundational stuff doesn't really get concerned, they don't really care about it from the... Okay, what was part C for this one? So part C was then, like... Sorry, no, like, what did it say? I have to go back through the chat, see where it was. Here we go. Part C asks to derive an expression for Q to prove your points in part A. Number 14. Cool. Thanks. We'll get to it. I'm going to spend another minute or two on this, and then I'm going to start working. Also, don't worry. If we don't get to your question in the time that we have here, everything automatically gets put into our Discord. And there, the conversation can continue. Also, after 2 days, if it doesn't get answered, I have a lot of like Microsoft sponsorship for like API credits on ChatGPT, so we just have our bot go through and solve it as well. But there are other humans who are really good at physics that will probably answer it before that happens. Yeah, here we go. I'm just curious. Let's see what chat says on this one. So this is literally the same integral I did, right? Also, the LaTeX is messing up. Yes, correct. Okay. I gotta sometimes tell it, like, fix the LaTeX. ChatGPT is not buns at physics. I disagree with that statement. It is not buns. It's pretty smart, man. Maybe, I don't know like what version of ChatGPT you're using, but the higher end versions are quite good. May I have some more pixels, please? Dude, why can't it fix this, dude? What? Okay, now it's just being absolutely dumb. Fix the formatting. Dude, like, Jesus Christ. There we go. Okay, we're getting closer. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I get this lambda naught over 2 L over R. So wait, where did they come from that though? Sorry, what? Okay, here we go. Derive Q for the non-uniform rod. So this is what we did, right? This is so silly, dude. They say that, oh, Q is equal to lambda naught L over 2. Yes. I mean, that's correct. Dude, what? This is so silly. Okay. Yeah, so once I know this, once I know lambda naught is equal to 2q over L, which is just like, yeah, duh. That's what we came up with. Oh, I think I see what they say. Okay. So from here, right? This then tells me that lambda naught is equal to 2q over L, right? Okay. So then let's just calculate what the potential is, right? So V is then equal to the integral of k dq, right, over R. I have like a little pen. And then dq, right, is equal to lambda naught dx, I guess. Or sorry, it's equal to lambda 1 dx. Sorry, lambda 1 dx, which is equal to lambda naught, and then it was like x over L, right? Right, yeah, lambda 1 is lambda naught x over L. Okay. So dq, and if lambda naught's equal to this, right, is equal to 2q over L x over L, okay? So now when you calculate potential, you can pull the k out, you can pull the r out, and then you have 2q over L squared x dx from 0 to L. So again, you can pull more stuff out. So that's 2kq over R L squared, integral from 0 to L x dx. And then this, right, is just going to be x squared over 2 from 0 to L. 2kq over R L squared. So then you end up getting L squared over 2. Cancel, 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 cancel. So you just get kq over R. Okay, cool. Right? And then if you did it so that was like rod 2. This is like rod 2. I'm the goat. Thanks, dude. That's rod 2. And then for rod 1, right, V was equal to K over R, and then again, it's 0 to L dq, but dq, sorry, it's, yeah, just dq, which is just equal to lambda 1 dx, right? But integrating lambda 1 dx, so, but lambda 1 just equals q, it just equals q over x, right? I think I have this right, right? Because it's linear, right? So it's the whole distance. No, it's not over x. Sorry. Q over L. Sorry, I fucked this up. Yeah. Right? Okay, there you go. Okay, so it's equal to K Q over RL integral from 0 to L dx. And then this integral is just L. So you get KQ over RL L. That cancels, and you just get KQ over R. Okay, cool. There you go. Same thing.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's not Q over X, sorry, it's Q over L. For rod 1, the charge density does not depend on X. It's just total charge divided by total length. Right, so this is total Q. Okay. I get it now. It's just, it's one of these things where it's like so obvious. I didn't know they wanted you to explicitly show that. So silly. Yeah, the English of it. So, and again, this is another case where like ChatGPT helped because it gave me a little bit of clarity of like, oh, hey, just prove this and then just show that the potential's the same. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's what we did here. Our whole job here, and so you don't need this part. This was us doing it with RD theta. You don't need this. This is all you really need. This is showing that total charge has to equal to... Oh, and so from this, right? So this implies that... and this is L. So Q is equal to lambda 1L. So lambda 1 is equal to Q over L. That's how we did it. Okay. It's just so funny because it's KQ over R, but R doesn't change, K doesn't change. Silly College Board. Okay, whatever. You're welcome, Nugget. Yeah, I'm glad it made sense to you finally. I'm glad we closed the loop on that one. All right, I'm gonna post this solution for you in our Discord, so make sure to go join if you want to go see it. Awesome sauce. Okay. Yeah, for those who want to, here, this is like the Discord where I always post things. So, oh, if I can get this to extend out correctly. So, right here in like homework help, anybody's questions that we go through on the stream will get put here. And if I don't get to your question because the queue's already at 13, it'll automatically get put in here as well. And we have people that just go through and solve questions, which is dope. I'm gonna like put this in. There we go. There it is. Can you help with 13? If I get to it, I kind of have to respect the order that things are answered in, because otherwise, yeah, letting people just skip the line is like not cool. Unless you donate. If you donate to our nonprofit, I do allow you to like kind of skip the line a little bit. But I gotta be careful about that. I don't want it to become strictly a pay-for-play thing. Let me close all this out. We don't need any of this. Okay, Eric, what do we got? Find the general solution when the operator D is used. It is implied that the independent variable is X. Ooh. What is this? What level math is this, Eric? What's up, Jermaine? Sorry, what? Do you think this is AP? This is not AP. Lecker, maybe this helps you out, dude. Maybe this is kind of your wheelhouse, dog. Find the general solution when the operator D is used. It is implied that the independent variable is X. Is the operator, sorry, like the derivative? What is the operator doing? Yeah, what's up, Click Void? I do remember you, of course. I went to a high school tour today, and they had a presentation about everything there. Now tell me if it's a good idea for me to enter AP Math Calculus. Yeah.
Good
100%. AP Math Calculus. AP Calc will help you out a lot. 100%. I recommend everyone to take AP Calc in high school. Those covered equations were propagators? Ooh. Well, yeah, he said not to do any of these other ones. Okay. I'm going to get a little assistance from chat, because I don't know what's going on. And sometimes I can teach myself. This is how you use AI responsibly to learn things, by the way. I'm not going to like copy paste the answer it gives me, but I'm going to try to like see what it's getting at, and then that'll maybe help me out. Okay, so it is the third derivative. Okay, cool. That's all I really need to know. Okay, fine. So this is a derivative operator. I just didn't know what it meant. Okay, fine. Okay, so that's 4 d third dx cubed, right? Acting on y. Minus 7 d first, right? So the first derivative dx acting on y. Plus 3y is equal to 0. So I think what you do here is you say, you assume that y is equal to e to the at, or e to the xt, sorry, e to the ax. So then dy is equal to a e to the ax. Oh, well, I know, you gotta make d into m. Doxia, what's up, Mvox? We're trying. So d squared y would equal to a squared e to the ax. And then d to the third y would equal to a cubed e to the ax. Okay. So you end up getting 4 a to the third e to the ax minus 7 a to the first e to the ax, right? And then plus 3. I don't know what math class this is. I think this is differential equations. Right, because again, we assume y is equal to e to the ax, and that's equal to 0. Okay, so if that's true, the nice thing is all these e to the ax's go away. Right, I don't need that one. I don't need that one. I don't need that one. So I end up getting 4a to the third minus 7a plus 3 is equal to 0. This is kind of a hot mess to solve. Okay. By inspection. A equals 1 works. We love by inspection, right? It's not quadratic, unfortunately. It's yeah. Well, I just know a equals 1 already works. So here's the cool thing. If I know a equals 1 works, I'm going to show you because I just tested, right? 4 times 1 minus 7 times 1 plus 3 equals 0.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to get to it. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to break this down. So now I'm going to take my original function. So that's 4a to the third, and we're going to say plus 0a squared minus 7a plus 3. And I know 1 is a factor, so I'm going to divide this by x minus 1. Right? Or sorry, a minus 1. Thank you, Fem. Yep.
Good job.
So how many times does a minus 1 go into 4a cubed? It goes in 4a squared times. So then this is where the polynomial long division... we could do synthetic, honestly, but... minus 4a squared. Okay. Subtract. That goes away. So then you get plus 4a squared. Okay. And then it's like, okay, well, how many times does a minus 1 go into 4a squared? Well, it goes in 4a times. Multiply it through again. Pull down the minus 7a. So 4a squared minus 4a. Again, this goes away. So then I have negative 7a minus 4a. So that's negative 3a. Right? Plus 3. And then how many times does that go in? That's negative 3 times, right? Yeah? I think that's negative 3 times, right? Yeah? Negative 3a. Yeah, cool. Okay. So then this is my expression, all right? So now, this whole thing here has now turned into a minus 1 times 4a squared plus 4a minus 3 is equal to 0. I did calc midterm a few hours ago, and the last question was a long division, then a PFD with a cubic and a quadratic. I spent... Yeah, dude, that sucks, dude. I'm so sorry.
What the
Okay,
fuck? Shit.
Okay, knowing this... Wait, does anything factor to negative 12 but add this? It does, actually. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Alright, I'm going to do this. We're going to do the gold method. The gold method's about to come up. Alright, so 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So what multiplies the negative 12 but adds up to 4? That's going to be 6 and negative 2, right? So, we're going to do my special gold method here. I'm going to put 6a here. I'm going to put minus 2a here. I'm going to put 4a squared. I'm going to put minus 3 here. And then I'm just going to see what factors out of this whole thing. Well, that would be 2a, right? The golden square. Anyone here familiar with plasma physics? My degree's in plasma physics. I hope you're trolling. Alright, so then I say 2a times what gets me 4a squared? That's 2a. And then like 2a times what gets me negative 2a? That's negative 1. Negative 1 times what gets me negative 3? Well, that's 3. And then you can always check this one again, just make sure that works, right? 2a times 3 does equal 6a. Okay, great. So, now these are our factors, right? So now this is broken down into a minus 1. And then now we have 2a minus 1, comma 2a plus 3. That came from these. All equal to 0. So solutions are a equals 1, a equals 1/2, a equals negative 3/2. Because you just got to set each one of these equal to 0. Okay, there you go. It's kind of an A. Don't discriminate my A's as U's. Yeah. Okay, fine. So now my solution, so y general, is equal to C1 e to the AT, so that's e to the t, plus C2 e to the 1/2 t, plus C3 e to the negative 3/2 t. My 9s do look like 4s. Wait, but this is 9, this is 4. This is forever 4. Also, my 2s and my Z's have lines through them. Okay, cool. I think that's it, yeah? That's it? Nice, we did it. Good question.
That's dope.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Once I realized that D was just the derivative, I was like, okay, cool, we can do this. I was just like, what the fuck is this D operator? Yes, derivative is an operator. Nice. Eric, good question, dude. You unfortunately have to go. Okay, thanks for being around, Leckel. Again, Leckel can be found in the Discord. He, well, yeah, if you have any questions about quantum mechanics and physics, he can help you out with those. You learned that in your PhD? I mean, no, this is just math. It's just math. Math! Yeah! Okay, let's go see what other questions we got. 14. All right. Nice. Cool. Love this. This is physics. What's up? Don't Blunsk. Do like me some physics. All right. I can do trig, yeah. Submit a screenshot. I'll see if I can do it. If I can't do it, I know people that can. A ball with mass m moves horizontally with speed u. The ball hits a vertical wall and rebounds in the opposite direction with speed v is less than u. The duration of the collision is t. What are the magnitude of the average force exerted by the wall on the ball, by the wall on the ball, and the loss of kinetic energy? Okay. So, we learn about impulse, right? Which is equal to F delta T, which is also equal to M delta V, right? So, I originally have ball moving towards wall with speed u. It then hits said wall and moves back with speed v. Well, backwards with speed v. So technically it's like negative v. Because they said speeds, right? So they're not putting negatives on this stuff. It's all magnitudes. The key thing here is I want to write these as velocities. Okay? So in this case, delta v is equal to v final minus v initial. So the final velocity of this thing is negative v. The initial velocity of it is u. So it's minus v minus u. Right? That's the change in the velocity. Gang. Alistair, don't worry. Yeah, if it doesn't get solved during this stream, it will get solved later. Don't worry. It will. Also, we're adding more streamers every day who also do this. And if you're watching right now and you feel like this is something you want to do, please join my Discord and you can sign up as an assistant educator. And I'm happy to get you on board with like how you can help out with the community and all the people that ask questions here. Okay, so delta V is negative V minus U, right? This is where I'm gonna wonder about like I hate the negatives in life. Because it's always like, what's being exerted on the ball and what's being, like, exerted on the wall. I'm just like, you know, whatever, they cancel. Okay. So, in general, F on the ball, right, has to be equal to the mass of the ball times its change in velocity. So, its change in velocity was negative v minus u. And then that's all over delta t, which the duration of the collision is t. Okay, cool. So that's the magnitude of the average force exerted on the ball, which is none of these answer choices. Oh, magnitude. Oh, magnitude. Okay, magnitude. I don't care about the negatives. Oh, I see. So this is the same thing as negative m v plus u over t. Okay, so magnitude. So magnitude of f is just equal to this. So that's gonna get rid of the negative sign. Okay, so it's just m v plus u. Do you work as a tutor educator? Yeah, I'm involved with a lot of education stuff. I've taught physics at UCLA. I'm not teaching this quarter. I might teach next quarter. I also do this, which is a nonprofit, and then I also tutor privately, and then I also I'm working with some education startups, doing some like cool stuff with AI. So. I'm not trying to stay up. Okay, Alistair, I'll take a look at yours then. It's okay. All right, m v plus u. All right, so this is. So it's not these. These are wrong. It can't be these. The loss in kinetic energy. So change in kinetic energy is equal to 1/2 mv final squared minus 1/2 mv initial squared. Which, so that's gonna be 1/2 m. Some crazy problems and not too crazy hard for once. We love that. So this is v squared minus 1/2 m. I did do a PhD. If you go to that link, there's a link to my thesis if you want to go read what I did. So this is 1/2 m, and then this is v squared minus u squared. Right? I don't think there's a t on it. Yeah, 1/2 m, and it's v squared minus u squared. They do. Okay, it's definitely not this. I don't agree with this. Shouldn't it be? Oh, because the loss is negative. Okay, so the wording on this is terrible. Sorry. The change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy is equal to this, but the loss is equal to like the negative change. Sure, which is 1/2 m. u squared minus v squared. Got you. Okay, cool. Answer choice is A there. Thesis. No, it's not there. It's not there, Alistair. Okay, cool question. Whose was that? That was Dean. Simple physics. Simple physics, but honestly, like concepts that sometimes aren't understood well completely, or like. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. Dean, throw it in. Yeah, so if you're just joining us here, I'll show you the website for stuff. It's actualofficehours.com. It's where you can put your username, drop in a screenshot. I'll do your question. This is the queue so far. Alistair, what question is yours, by the way? You said you have a test tomorrow. You need help right away. I'll be nice to you because you have been active in my chat for a while. What username are you? What did you? Please, like, put your username as the same thing in your chat so I know who you are. But yeah, if you are curious about like what I did in life and what my background is and where this all comes from, you can click here on bio. And then under bio, there's my LinkedIn if you want to like learn about my business stuff, which is all education. And then there's also my PhD thesis here if you want to like see what I did for my PhD. Okay. Yeah, magnetic induction. Magnetic induction can definitely get confusing. Help please is the name. Okay. All right. Where are you? Help please. Help please. Okay. All right, here. All right, help please. I'll do yours. Also because it's physics. I'm kind of partial to physics. All right, here we go. A large cube of mass 20 kilograms is accelerated across a horizontal frictionless surface by a horizontal force P. A small cube is in contact with the front surface of the large cube and will slide down unless P is sufficiently large. The coefficient of static friction is 0.71. What is the smallest magnitude of P that can have in order to keep the small cube from sliding down? Oh, this is cool, dude. All right. Weird question. But it's okay. All right, draw force diagrams. So we have the large cube, right, which has a mass of 20 kilograms. And this is going to have force of gravity pulling down, which is going to be 20 times 9.8. It's going to have Fn pointing up. We call this like Fn1. Let's call this like block 1. Let's call this like block 2. I do know about the IB program for sure. Okay, and then it's being pushed by a force P. Okay, so this is the cool thing. On this block 1, this block 1 is going to feel a force to the right of P. Okay? We're going to leave it at that. But in addition to that, because block 2 here is like kind of in its way from it moving, it's going to feel a force from block 2 pushing back on it. So here I'm going to put another arrow this way, and I'm going to say this is F2 on 1. So this big block wants to move forward because it's getting pushed with force P, but it's going to feel an opposing force due to block 2 that's like kind of like hampering it, and that's F2-1. Okay. It depends on your country. Bijav. Okay, so now for this block 2, all right, the mistake students always make is they assume that block 2 feels the same force P. That's wrong. Only this block feels force P. Block 2 will feel something related to P because by Newton's third law about reaction pairs, right? Every action has an equal opposite reaction. The force that 2 acts on 1 to kind of hamper this thing from going forward is the same force that 2 feels back on it, which is F1-2. And that points to the right. Notice how these are equal and opposite. F2-1 equals F1-2. But they're different directions. So technically one's like negative, but don't worry about the signs for now. Okay. In addition, right, this is going to feel a force of gravity pulling it down. We're going to get there. You are going to eventually need that. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. The first step in physics is always just draw out the force diagrams. Worry about the accelerations and stuff later. It'll come. And then this is equal to 2 times 9.8. Okay. And then what we say is that this thing does just want to like fall down. But there's something keeping it up. And what keeps it up? It's the force of friction. So we're going to say Fs. And the force of friction, in this case, is going to be the coefficient of static friction times the normal force. But the normal force is F1-2. That's the only force that's acting normal to the surface it's on, which is this block. I'm taking there's vertical equilibrium. Okay. So, in order to not fall, right, we need Fs to equal Fg, right? I need the force of friction keeping this thing up to beat out the force of gravity trying to pull it down. So I'm going to say mu s F21 needs to equal 2 times 9.8. No, you're good, Phenomenon. Good to see you again. All right, so the thing I need to figure out is now F21, okay? Cool. So this is what I'm trying to figure out. When that happens, we can go look at the sum of forces for the other thing to see what's going on. So here for this block, right, sum of forces in the x direction, you have P pulling it to the right, you have minus F21 pulling it to the left, and that's equal to the mass times acceleration, right? So I'm going to have P minus F21 is equal to 20 times A. Do they tell me the acceleration? They don't, right? Okay. All right, another key thing here from sum of forces. This is always really, really fun here. The sum of forces here in the x direction, which is just F12, that has to also equal MA, which in that case is F12 is equal to 2A. Oh, okay, cool. So, this is a relationship between, and this is the same thing as F21 is equal to 2A. Uh-huh. So now we have a simultaneous equation. Because I need to get F21, but F21's in terms of A. But here, A is in terms of these things. So watch. This is actually really cool. Alright. I am going to take this. So here, let's just detail out what we have. And like what we're trying to solve for. I'm trying to solve for P. Always mark what you're trying to look for. I'm trying to look for this, right? And then what I'm given is that F21 must be equal to 2A. Mu S F21 must be equal to 19.6. And then P must be equal to 20A plus F21. So we need to use all three of these equations to come up with an expression for P. We do know mu, exactly. Yeah, what is mu equal to? Oh, ugly, 0.71. That's so ugly. Okay, so I think just doing a lot of simplifying, we can figure this out. Let me see. The algebra is kind of weird. I can use this to solve for A, right? Yeah, okay. Let's call this equation 1. Let's call this equation 2. Let's call this equation 3. I'm going to do equation 2 divided by equation 3. So that's going to be mu S F21 is equal to 19.6 divided by F21 over 2A, right? Okay, so this is going to cancel. And then so I'm going to get that mu S is equal to 19.6 over 2A. So then 2A, so if I flip these, right? 2A equals 19.6 over mu S, or A is equal to 19.6 over 2 mu S. So A is equal to 9.8 over mu S. Great. So now we've got an A. Now I can use that. Let's put equation 3 into equation 1. This is where it's just algebra at this point. It's just kind of a pain. So if we put 3 into 1, that means P minus 2A is equal to 20A, right? And so P is equal to 22A, all right? But A is also equal to this. So now I can plug this in. So now I get P is equal to 22 times 9.8 all over mu S. So what was that? (22) times 9.8 divided by 0.71, I think, yeah. So you get P is equal to 303.67 newtons. Nice. There you go. Cool. Does that make sense there? Alistair?
Well done.
6'6", not 6'7". Damn it, keeps coming up, dude. It keeps coming up, dude. The 6'7" keeps coming up.
What the this piece?
You guys gotta stop. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. So in general, for everyone else who's watching, this is how you do physics kinematics questions. Draw force diagrams, write out sum of forces, identify which variable you're trying to get, and then use your sum of forces equations to figure out what algebra you need to do to get there. Thanks, Machka. I appreciate the 2 joules. Dope. Okay.
That's dope.
All right. Nice. Okay. That was Alistair's. Nice. submit a screenshot. I'll do it, or one of my other friends will definitely do it during their stream tomorrow. Or I'll do it tomorrow. I mean, like, yeah. The queue's getting a little long. This was 11. What level of physics do you think that was? Kinematics, probably like AP Physics C? Maybe AP Physics C. Could be AP Physics 1 too, honestly. It's only algebra based. I would put that at like undergrad Physics 101. Maybe honors though. It's a little trippier. Yeah, it was AP Physics C. That makes sense. That tracks. There is still an hour. Yeah, 51 minutes. I'm still teaching for the next 57 minutes. Let's see what Matt got me. Ooh, okay. This is fun. We're gonna talk about more math. Where are my pure math friends? Next question is number theory. Okay. Math ho, here we go. Phenomenon loves math. Well, maybe you math guys can. I don't really know much number theory, but I'll learn with you guys. Okay. Find the following elements in Z5. Oh, okay. Find them in Z6, in Z7 and Z10. Wait, what? Sorry, what does Z5 mean? Can you give me some fun facts about science? Yeah, there's tons of fun facts about science. Did you know that the ratio of the circumference of a circle to the radius of a circle is a number we can't like pin down? That's a pretty cool scientific thing. This looks like it was made in ChatGPT. Yeah, I just don't know what Z5 means. In Z5, -1 equals 4. Dude, what? Where? What is Z5, by the way? Sorry, what? Okay. I might need a little bit of an explanation here, fam. Oh. This looks like ChatGPT from the font. These are cyclic groups. Okay. Modular arithmetic. I don't know any of these questions. I don't know any of these things. Okay. Because the queue is like now up to 13, I'm going to immediately just punt this to our Discord because I don't know how to do it. But if one of you guys wants to solve it for me, love it. Thank you. Let's just mark it. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to figure out cyclic algebra stuff like anytime soon. Yep, this all sounds very fancy, but it's okay. So this happens. So I always say there's no harm in submitting something because even if I can't do it, it gets put into our Discord here. I'm gonna give it the tag here of unsolved, and then I'm gonna ask the math gods to go after it because I don't know what this means. Golden jewels, yes. Explain Riemann sum, dude. Riemann sums are great. That's how integrals work. Okay. Yeah, Riemann sums are dope. Let's see what we got next. 1K flow. Nice. There we go. We got some chemistry coming up. I like chem. Chem's great too. What's up, Rora? How's it going?
Good job.
Okay, a hydrate of zinc chlorate. Oh, they gave you the formula. That's really nice of them. Sometimes they don't do that. Contains 21.5% zinc by mass. Find the value of X. Okay. So percent by mass is equal to the mass of H2O times the mass of the total. So, in this case, and we can just do it for 1 mole, right? And we know this is equal to 21.5%, so that's 0.215. Always convert this decimal into like a percentage by like dividing by 100. Bro, my chem teacher is making us study history, and we have a quiz.
That's dope.
Oh, it's by zinc. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I fucked this up. Sorry, zinc. Cool. Mass of zinc. Oh, interesting. And we do have to be a little tricky here, actually. Well, actually, we don't, because zinc is luckily just has a 1 on it, right? Okay. So what is the mass of zinc? 65.38. Okay. So that's 65.38 grams. We're going to assume everything is 1 mole. We're going to assume we have 1 mole of this whole thing. Okay. So that means I have 1 mole, which is 65.38 grams of zinc. And then the mass total. So that's the mass of zinc chlorate plus X times the mass of H2O. Yeah, let's just get the zinc chlorate. Zinc chlorate mass. Zinc chlorate is 232.3. And then the mass of H2O, I know so off the top of my head, is 18. Okay, cool. And this all has to equal 0.215. Okay. We just gotta solve for X here. Latest vid got to 1K views and it's my highest. Nice, Phrygion. Exactly, Phenomenon. You're totally right. So we're trying to solve for this. I usually just like flip things. So 1 over 0.215 is equal to this. We're going to just say is plus 18x over this. And then I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to like put that up there. So I have that divided by that is equal to 232.3 plus 18x. So then move the 232 over. So that means it becomes a minus. And then divide by 18. So then all this is going to be divided by 18. Yeah, I can definitely do college algebra. Yeah, 100%. This is kind of like college algebra, honestly. Okay, so let's get that in the calculator. $13 in the queue. Yeah, it got busy. It's okay. I got 45 minutes. I can get through a lot of them. If I can't, again, that website has our schedule as well as all of our friends' schedules. Dude, what is my calculator not working now? The hell? There we go. .215 minus 232.3 divided by 18. That'd be a nice number. 3.98. Ooh, cool. So X basically equals 4. So your final compound is ZnClO3 dot 4H2O hydrate. Nice. Cool. Yes, we do Calc 3 as well. Where are all the dude, don't bring those. I don't want the engineering questions. Don't bring them here, Fembox. Don't you bring in that bad energy. Oh, man. Axel, do you have any math or physics facts or theorems dear to your heart? Axel, I absolutely love the power of the humble pigeonhole principle. What? What is the humble pigeonhole? I was just saying earlier, just like math-wise, I think pi is like a really cool number. I think pi is a proof that we live in a simulation. Discrete math. See, I don't know discrete math. I never took it. My PhD in physics only required like up to like complex analysis, basically. E to 2I pi is better. Yes, that's equal to 1. Yes, nice. Yeah, shout out to Zach. Zach's right. Shout out Zach. There you go. Nice. Thanks for coming by, Zach.
Good job.
I saw your stream earlier. I was at the gym. I meant to pop in and say stuff. All right, there we go. That's that question. Was that 1Ks? 1K, was that yours? Okay, 9 and 10, please. Ooh, love this. This is great. Okay. Where are all the chem questions? That last one didn't count. Yeah, where's Kato? Kato had the hard ones. All right, the hypotenuse of a right triangle it measures 20. The sum of the lengths of the other two sides is 28. Find the lengths of the other two. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. Okay. So the hypotenuse is 20. And then this is X, and this is Y. So wait, X squared plus Y squared is equal to 400. Oh, 28, sorry. I don't know why I wrote 20. My bad. Oh, wait. No, I was right, sorry. X squared plus Y squared is equal to 400. But also X plus Y is equal to 28. Yes, so Femvox sees by inspection that this is basically a 345. Right? It's a 345. But what if we didn't have it by inspection? The way to do this is to say, okay, well, Y is equal to 28 minus X, right? So then when I plug this in, I get X squared plus 28 minus X squared is equal to 400. So X squared plus 28 squared minus 56X plus X squared is equal to 400. So 2X squared minus 56X. And then what's 28? What is 28 squared? Proof by experience. It really is. It is your question? Oh, welcome, Bobby. We're doing yours. Sorry, what is 28 squared? 784. Ew. I guess I should know that one. Cool. 384. Okay. So you can divide everything here by 2. So X squared minus 28X plus 192 is equal to 0. What multiplies to 192 but adds up to negative 28? Is that 12 and 16? Yes. Negative 12, negative 16. So you get X minus 12, X minus 16. Right? Okay, so X equals 12. Or X equals 16, but, right? If X equals 12, Y equals 16, because they have to add up to 28. So, yeah, cool. X equals 12, Y equals 16. Nice. That's a pretty fun one. 3, 4, 54 triangle? Yeah, dude, what? The triangle inequality would definitely like to have a word. Let's do the lidless box here. Someone's asking about the incompressible flows in the Laplacian. Ooh, wow. Is that like because div something is 0? Like, is that what incompressible means? You can't have like sources and sinks? Jeff would like that. Jeff loves spheres. Jeff is a spherical enjoyer. All right. A rectangular piece of tin, which is 50 by 40, is made into a box by cutting squares. This is a classic question. They do this one all the time. I should probably like do a TikTok on this one, because I do answer this one quite a lot. Actually, no, let me just copy the square. What am I doing? There we go. Okay. And then this is X, this is X, right? This is X. This is X. This is also X. Okay. So, the area of the base right? If you end up like folding it, it kind of looks like this. If you cut that out, this here is going to be 50 minus 2x. And then this right here is going to be 40 minus 2x. Thanks, Trollcat. Dude, Trollcat always comes in and says, almost done, champ. I love that, dude. Do you specifically come to my streams at the end just to say, like, you're almost done, champ? I'm going to need you for the 24-hour stream. We're doing it. It's going to be December 2nd. It's going to be for Giving Tuesday. It's supposed to be like a big charity day. I'm going to fucking run it. I might need some help from my other, like, streaming friends. I'll talk to you guys. Zach, Penn. All right. 875. Yeah. Oh, where's the 2x coming from? Okay, yeah, Bobby, let me explain. Okay, sorry. Yeah, always stop me if something doesn't make sense. Yeah. I think Phenomenon has the right thing, but so this whole length here is 40, right? But then if you cut this out, you're cutting out x and x. So it's 40 minus 2x. Does that make sense? Like, this part here is the full 40 minus x. So it's minus 2x. Got me? Cool. Alright, this just sucks. Well, I can pull a 2 out at least, right? Oh, but this isn't divisible by 2. Damn. Fine. 4x squared minus 100x minus 80x plus 200 2000 equal to 875. So what is that? 4x squared minus 180x plus is that 1125 equals 0? I might have done something wrong. I think I'm right. I would like my first 10 bond coins. Yes, JC, I'll get them to you. Okay. I don't think this is like really nice to solve. I would hope it would be. X equals 15 by our friend inspection.
Yeah.
We love our friend inspection, dude. Is that 15 times 16? Or no, it's 2x equals 15. Oh. Okay, I think you just have to solve this one with a calculator. Or you do the quadratic equation. I just really don't want to do it. Sure. I'm going to show you how you do it on your calculator. You could do the quadratic formula, but it's just messy. So 4x squared minus 180x plus 1125. Trace it. Give me a solution. There we go. There it is. Second, calculate the 0. Left bound is 0. Right bound is like 9 probably. X is 7.5. So there you go. That's where it comes from. Thanks for the jewels, Machka. Okay, so X equals 7.5. Nice. Okay, so that tells you the side length of each removed square, right? That's X equals 7.5. Volume of the box. The volume of the box is equal to base area times the height. So that's equal to 875 times 7.5.
Wait, I thought there were 13 questions. There are 13 questions. 875 times 7.5. Okay, base area is 6562. Wait, 3,000? Did I fuck up? I think it says so, no? Did I do something wrong?
That's the volume of the lab rat's mum. Okay. How do you submit a screenshot? Actualofficehours.com. Website down there. Cool. I think this is done. Nice. Okay, cool. Good question there. You're using 15 again. Oh, more jewels. Thank you, Machka. I love all the jewels. Yummy, yummy. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Or like, ice cream, ice cream. Yummy, yummy. Math, math. Quadratic, quadratic. I don't fucking know. Give me my coins, and Rook says. Yeah. All right, this was, I think this was yours, Baj, right? So, cool thing, if you join our Discord, there are benefits to joining our Discord, in addition to, like, earning rewards and prizes and all sorts of fun stuff. Inside this channel, homework help, your question will get posted right here. And then what'll happen is I'm just going to drag the solution in that we have. Where can I submit your homework? So I won't do all of your homework, but if you need help with your homework, there's a website, actualofficehours.com. It's linked down there. Big link down there. Cool. I appreciate the jewels. I don't know what they're worth either, but they're definitely worth something more than nothing. So I appreciate the jewels. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Here we go. Someone else is giving me a math question. This is a fun one. Solve cosine x equals to tan x for all real values of x. Okay. Well, cosine of x, tangent of x is sine over cosine. Right? Let's go. So what is that? Cosine squared of x is equal to sine of x. And then this is the classic sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1. So cosine squared is equal to 1 minus sine squared. Yeah, it's a race, dude. It's a race. So this is sine squared x plus sine x minus 1 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic. Anytime you see, like, something squared plus something to the first power plus, like, something not there, it's a quadratic. So I'm going to say let u equal sine of x. Then u squared is equal to sine squared x. So now I have u squared plus u minus 1 is equal to 0. What multiplies... Oh, well, this doesn't really work out, does it? Wait, what? What multiplies to negative 1 but adds up to 1? Well, that's not good. Fine. Alright, quadratic formula. X equals negative b, so negative 1 plus or minus the square root. B squared, so that's 1 plus 4 all over 2. So negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. But that's equal to sine of x. That is equal to u. So... it's the golden ratio? I didn't know that. This is the thing I should be knowing? Okay, so you have 2 solutions. Actually, you have 4 solutions. We're gonna have so many solutions, actually. Fuck. I can remember how this works. Well, oh, sine of x is bounded from negative 1 to 1. Oh, good point. Yes. Is it pi over 5? Right. Okay, good. Well, yeah, so negative 1 minus this, that would be too big, right? Yeah, so the minus solution doesn't work. So, sine of x cannot equal negative 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2. Because this is less than negative 1. The gold jumpsuit. It's just a dress shirt. It's not a jumpsuit. People do think it is, though. Okay, so x is equal to sine inverse of negative 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. And then is that plus pi over 2? So it's definitely plus 2 pi n, right? I think there's also another solution, right? So if I find the angle, it's also like, it's that, and then it's also sine -1, -1 plus square root of 5 over 2. I got 27 minutes. Good. What quadrant is this in, by the way? Sorry. So this is, I think this is still a positive number, right? So you end up getting like this solution, right? This is the solution. So then you need this one as well. Oh, so that's 180 minus, right? 180 minus theta. Okay. So then it's pi minus this. Can I do Laplace transforms? I can try. If I can't do it, I know Zach can. So it's pi minus this. Right, plus 2 pi n. Okay, cool. I think that's it, right? I think that's our two solutions. Because then they said for all real values of x, well, it can be a bunch of them. F of -1 equals 1 over f of 1. Can you explain why this is true? Oh, I don't know. That's f inverse, maybe. Okay, cool. Good question. Yeah, you'd have to use complex sum to get more. I think so too. Let's see. That was Anon. Thanks for the question, Anon. Mark that as done. That's fun though. Ben, what do you got, Ben? What do you got from me, Ben? Compound interest. Ooh, I do like this, Ben. Cool. Let's go through it. More jewels. Thank you, Machka. Sally invests money at 6% compounded annually. After 5 years, she takes the principal and interest and reinvests it in a 7.2% annual compounded quarterly for 6 more years. At the end of this, her investment is worth this. How much did she originally invest? Oh, this is kind of nuts. Okay. So her first amount, right, is going to be equal to her initial principal, right, times 1.06. So it's 1 plus 0.06 over 1 to the 1 times t. So it's just 1.06 to the t. This is nice. Okay. But then she does it for 5 years. Okay. So we're going to say to the 5th. Okay. Cool. All right. So then A2, which we know is equal to 14,784.56. So this is like after her first investment. This is her second investment. That's equal to the starting amount at A1 times 1 plus 0.072, but in compounded quarterly means you need to divide by 4. And then it's to the 4t. And then where this comes from, here, I'll just show you. It's from this formula. I always like to show like where I'm getting these equations from. I don't just like pull them out of my ass. Like they are like established in some classes. But yeah, this is probably a great explanation. So the amount you have in the future is equal to the amount you start with times 1 plus r. R is your annual interest rate, but expressed as a decimal. So that's why the 6% became 0.06. Divided by n, that's the amount of times you compound. So yearly, n equals 1. Quarterly, n equals 4. monthly, n is equal to 12. And then t is how many years. So in this case, it was 5 years. In this case, it's going to be 6 years. So we can do this times 6. Great. Okay, cool. And so we're trying to solve for how much did she originally invest. Well, she originally invested this P when we found out A1. Yeah. Yeah, and dude, the really tricky ones are when like people are contributing money constantly. And there's another equation for that one. Okay, so 1, 4, 7, 8. You know, I'm just actually gonna come up with a variable for this. I'm just gonna call this T. So T is equal to P times 1.06 to the 5th, because that's where this all came from. And then it's times 1 plus 0.072 over 4 to the 24th. Okay, these are all numbers we can calculate, and then we just divide T by it to get it. Yeah, this is compound interest. Yeah, exactly, Usagi. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, Usagi. What's up? All right. I'm getting 11th grade PTSD from this. Yeah. Oh, no, where'd my calculator go? Where'd it go? Calculator, come back. Oh, that's... Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys all have different names for things. It's kind of confusing sometimes. (1.06 to the 5th). This is grade 11 functions. This is also like kind of like finance. Ontario. Nice. We do get a lot of Canadians. Penn Center's a Canadian. A. Okay, to the 24th. Okay, cool. That's all that. So that's 2.053. Times P. So then we just move this over. So 14784.56 divided by that. Basically $7,200. Cool. P is equal to $7,200. Nice. That was Ben. You're welcome, Ben. Yeah, make sure you join our Discord, Ben, because I'll post a solution in there. Also, if you claim it in the channel, you'll get points for asking the question. Let me go post it for you real quick. All right, done. The link, the same website you guys use to post the photos has the link to the Discord, and it'll actually take you right to the forum where we're posting the solutions for these. Okay, let me see what we got next. Anon, I'm gonna skip down. Please explain trick functions. This is cute. Okay, I would say join my Discord, because I do have like a whole chapter on trig functions, which here I'll give you guys like a little sneak peek of what the course is going to be. It's going to be here, actual math boot camp. So I have a chapter here called like trig essentials, and this will tell you all about the different trig functions, how they work. They have like some example questions I've like worked through, how the Pythagorean triples come into play, how you can use it to find a missing side, and then how you can use inverse trig to find the angle from sides, as well as like how you do this on your calculator, and then also recombining for magnitude and direction with components. So can you explain? And also there's like practice questions, so there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, please join my Discord. I will announce that either at the end of this week or early next week. That's the best way for me to help you out with trig functions, because otherwise like it's quite a lengthy discussion. If you have something specifically, Emmanuel, something specific you don't understand about it, I can always help you with that. But do you know why cosine is even when x is negative? Cosine is even? Oh, because cosine is symmetric, right? Yeah, cosine's symmetric. Just the graphic cosine, right? It's symmetric about the y-axis. All right, let me see. I'm going to try and get through as many as I can. Ooh, Jesus. And this is in French. Okay, we're going to try to do this. I got 17 minutes. Do we think we can do a circuits question in 17 minutes? I do have to go teach another student, unfortunately. Okay. This does look French to me, though. This is probably a Canadian friend. Okay. I'm going to guess this says the difference between... What is the difference between VA and BV? Suppose that V1 is 14 volts, V2 is 8, and then V3 is 18. What's up, Josh? Okay. Oh, cool. And they labeled the currents for you. That's really nice. Okay, so yeah, let's do some stuff here, right? So, if we go around this way, let's call this like loop 1. That tells me that 14 minus 2I1. Or here, let me write it above here because I hate writing things like on the image, because then it gets mad at me. Okay. 14 minus 2I1 minus 3I1. So we can just say minus 5I1, right? So minus 5I1. And then minus 5I3. But then when we're going across here, that's the opposite way across a battery. So you're going to subtract V2. Minus V2 must be equal to 0, right? Then from... Let's do this one. That's going to be V3. And then that's going to be plus V2. Because now we're going across from the negative to positive on a battery. But then it's plus 5I3. And then it's minus 2, minus 3, so minus 5I2. And that's also equal to 0. Circuits! Does that make sense, Josh? Like the pluses and minuses? I know that gets tricky sometimes, man, for sure. In general, when you go from the negative to the positive terminal on a battery, you add voltage. When you go from positive to negative, you subtract. And then in terms of here, right? So the current is being defined this way. So if in my loop, I'm going against the current, that's a plus. Here, the current I2 is defined this way, so I'm going in the same direction as the current. That's why it's minus for these. Okay. Now, I have 3 unknowns, 2 equations. The last one I can use is a junction. I can use a junction law, right? So let's use the junction here. So that tells me current in equals current out. So I2 plus I3 current in has to equal current out. Nice. All right. At this point, this is linear algebra. So let's arrange everything by the i's. So I'm gonna move everything over. So I'm gonna have 5I1 plus 0I2 plus 5I3, right? And that's all equal to 14 minus V2, and V2 is 8, so that's equal to 6. Okay. Looking at this one, I have 0I1, and then we can say minus 5I2 plus 5I3 is equal to putting these all over on the other side. So V3 and V2 is, so that's negative 26. And then from here, I have I1, so 1I1 minus 1I2 minus 1I3 is all equal to 0. Okay, so let's see what this is in a matrix. So this is 5, 0, 5, 6, 0, minus 5, 5, negative 26, 1, -1, -1, 0. Is this easy to just do? I don't know if it is. This is kind of like my matrix. That's what I think about. I almost think it is, right? Wait, couldn't I just do... Could get rid of that one, and then that could get rid of that. Okay, I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna use a calculator. I think you could do some row operations here. It wouldn't be too bad, but just in the interest of time, I'm gonna do it with a matrix operator. So 5, 0, 5, 6, 0, -5, 5, -26, 1, -1, -1, 0. Second calc, second matrix. Go do RREF on that matrix we just created. Oh yeah, they're not nice numbers. But you can't. This is cool. You can do this, and you can say math. Do this to a fraction. It'll do it. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, sorry. Let me do that again. Okay, and then second. Yeah, I do AP Chem for sure. There we go. Oh yeah, not very nice. 38 over 15, 58 over 15, -4/3. Okay. Ooh, Fembox got different answers. I wonder where we I got like 38 over 15 though. All right, 1 sec. -14 minus 5i1 minus 5i3 plus so minus v2. Josh says those are good. Okay, cool. All right, so then VAB. What's up, Yusuf? Which ones are good, Josh? Mine or Fembox's? So voltage from here to here. Oh, wow. Mine, cool. Fembox, check. Yes, they are Zenith. Yeah, they are. Logs are inverses to exponentials for sure. VAB. I forgot how you do this. Can I just like go around this way? Like if this is all VAB, I forget how this works. Let's do the big loop. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Yes, I think I know what we can do. We can start at plus 14 here. So once we've dropped across that... Mesh, yeah, see, I forget the mesh analysis, how this works. I think, okay, my voltage at A is equal to 14 minus I1. Right? Oh, Yusuf says, you actually helped me pass my math test I had for today from your yesterday's help. I'm in your debt. Nice. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you passed your math test, Yusuf. Fuck yeah. I didn't do mesh. I just did KCL. Or KCL. This is KVL. Right, this is KVL. And this is KCL. That's all I did. This was the matrix I got. I think VA is 14 minus that, right? That's the voltage there. And then the voltage at B has to be equal to 13. Oh, it's just equal to what the voltage is here. Okay. So is it 14? Right, times 2. I think it's 14 VAB is equal to 14 minus... So 14 minus 2I1. And then minus 13. I think so.
Nice.
So what's that? 14 minus 2 times 38 over 15. And then minus 13? How'd I get 13? Oh, sorry, 18. 18. My bad. Yeah, where the fuck did 13 come from? Sorry, 18. Because that's what V3 is. You have a circuit test. Well, BK, the algorithm knows what we're doing. Dude, the algorithm already knows to, like, suspend my channel for talking about my... what was it? My will for the server, like, in case anything bad happened. It suspended my channel for 10 minutes. So I guarantee you they're listening to what we're going over. And if they know we're going over circuits and it knows you have circuits, it's pushing my video to you. Okay, negative 9.07 volts. If I don't do it, TechUOs, I have a whole other awesome group of streamers who also do pure math and probably can do discrete. Go to the website, actualofficehours.com, and then there's a calendar. Z says, what was KCL used for? So that's Kirchhoff's current law, right? So I use that for this juncture here because I need 3 equations in order to figure out the 3 unknowns, I1, I2, I3. So I think this is VAB. Yeah. Josh says that this answer is right for I1, I2, I3. I could be wrong, though. Anyways, let me know, Josh. I think that's how you do it. But, cool. Good question. We were able to do it within 10 minutes. Joshua.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, you're welcome, Josh. Thanks for asking. I always love circuit questions. They're fun. E&M and circuits was, like, probably my favorite classes throughout college and stuff. I thought about being an EE major, but I don't know. I was like, I'm pretty good at physics. I should maybe do some physics. All right, let's see. We've been going through a lot of questions today. I never had to take signals and systems. I do deal with them a lot, though. Okay, what is this question? Proportions in different formats. Accidents by gender or sex, whatever you want to call it. Don't get me banned again, TikTok. Determine the proportion of 2014 male accidents to female accidents from the bar graph. So you just want the total proportion? I think you just add them all up, right? I think it's 350 plus 450 plus 200 to the female accidents, which is 200 plus 200 plus 100, right? So what's that? That's 1,000 over 500. Oh, 2 to 1. Cool. And that kind of makes sense. See how this one was 1.75, this was 2.25, and this was 2? These are like symmetrically on either side of it. Compare the calculated and given values to determine the greatest proportion of male to female accidents. The highest value for ratio was in July. So I'm curious, are they just like giving us the answers? Is this a question, or are you asking how they get this? Compare the calculated and given values. What's the calculated and given values here? What's going on in this question? Let's say this, and you had this as well. Oh, how they got it. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. This is just like data analysis. Okay. Compare the calculated and given values. Greater proportion is in July when men were 2.3 times more likely. Well, technically they were 2.25 times more likely, which I guess is 2.3. Yeah, they're just rounding the 2.25 to 2.3. That's what they're doing here. But yeah, if you proportions, right, is always just total of A divided by total of B. So if you want to say like proportion of A to B, they sometimes write it this way. This is just equal to total A over total B. Okay? And then let's see what your other one was. Oh, it's about slopes. Okay. Slopes are cool. Does it make sense, Glowing Sun, how they got this at least? Does this understand the proportion? They did it for each individual month as well. So here, they're just reading on the graph, right? Men here is up at 350, divided by women here at 200, and then that gives you a proportion. This looks like a fun book for just basic, or not basic, but like introductory foundational like data analysis, which does come up a lot on the SAT now. They do have kind of a, like, interpret the graphs. Okay, this is velocity versus time. Oh, very cool. The pony versus the firebat. And it says the Hermé is able to do it in 8 seconds. Okay, cool. So this is where acceleration is equal to change in velocity or change in time. So this is a change in velocity of 60 miles an hour divided by 8 seconds. So what is that? That's 7.5 meters per second squared. I see. Right, and that's what they said here, right? Yeah, here we go. So the acceleration of the Hermès, right, is change in y over change in x, 7.5. Here, they do rise over run for like the pony and then also for the firebat. This one is, so it's like the final y point minus the initial y point over the change in x. So delta x in this case is equal to 10. So that's why you get 8 for this one. The other one goes from 70 to 0 in 10. So that's why it's 7. So the Hermès is faster than the firebat, but it's slower than the pony. Cool. Let's see this one real quick. For the two graphs, show the domestic and foreign sales for branded U.S. potato chips. For which year were the foreign sales higher as a percentage of the total sales, and what was the difference in that percentage? Oh, so they're showing the graphs in like 2 different ways. Oh, this is cool. I'm guessing this is foreign. So foreign sales are less than domestic here by a factor of, like, so here, if we want to say like foreign to domestic, that's equal to 1 to 4. As a percentage of total sales, okay? That's foreign. So here, a percentage of the total. That's equal to foreign over foreign plus domestic. Okay, so that's equal to 1 over 1 plus 4. So that's equal to 1/5, which is 20%. Here, it looks like foreign is 2.5 over domestic, which is 5.5. So that's 2.5 plus 5.5. So that's 2.5 over 8, which, what is that? What's 2.5 over 8? 31.25%. Nice. Okay, cool. So, this year is bigger. And what was the difference in that percentage? So it went from 20% to 31.25%. So 11.25% different. Isn't it 25%? Well, this is 25%. It's 1 to 4. But they want... Oh, you're so right. Sorry. I fucked up on this one. Sorry, this is 1 to 3. Sorry. This is 3 pieces here. Thank you. Joseph's so right. Sorry, this is 1 plus 3, which is 1/4. Yes, Josh, if you want to get the solutions to what I did, join my Discord. Do you know how to join the Discord? It's in the same website. There's a link there to join. Sorry, I gotta go pretty soon here. Alright, so this is a 6.25% difference. Sorry. I'm making mistakes rushing at the end. Okay, cool. Alright, good question there. Appreciate it. This was Glowing Sun. This is a great book, Glowing, if you're learning how to, like, read, tables. Let me delete 2. Nice. The end. Yes, let's close out the stream. I gotta go. Alright, thank you everyone for coming to Actual Education Office Hours. Really appreciate all the questions. You guys asked so many fun questions today. I had a lot of fun. This again, there was a low percentage of engineering ones today. Anyways, yes, awesome. If you're just finding us now or you've been lurking for a little bit, the website to go find out more of this is www.actualofficehours.com. There you can see, if you click on streaming schedule, I'm not the only person that does this. There are a lot of other really fun, awesome friends and partners that do streams. And this is the schedule for when they do stuff. So we will be streaming tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. So come on by if you want to get help. Yes, thank you, Yusuf. And then also Zach will be streaming on Saturday, and then there's more streams coming up in the week. So make sure, go check it out. Also, if you're following us on TikTok, go follow us on YouTube. And if you're following us on YouTube, maybe go follow us on Twitch. Twitch is the better platform for community, at least, and also we stream horizontal there. So if you're on a desktop, it's a lot easier to see what's going on. I got to stream vertical on YouTube and TikTok because the engagement is better for vertical. And if we did not get to your question today, because I know there were a lot today, do not worry. Everything that was in the queue today that I didn't get to yet will get automatically added into our Discord. So make sure you go to the join the Discord button, and then once you do that, that will pipe you into our channel here, which has all of the questions we worked through, and it'll also have all the questions we didn't work through, which any of our awesome actual educators here on the right will probably take a stab at it at some point. And if they don't get to it, because I know we all have busy lives and stuff, after 2 days, we have the best version of ChatGPT Pro built into a bot that I vibe coded, and it will solve it 2 days later. So, cool. All right, that being said, if you're watching us on Twitch, I'm going to go raid another stream. This is how we go support other people who are out there streaming and doing awesome stuff. Yes, thank you, Riley. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks again for all you guys' engagement, all the likes, follows, comments. All that stuff helps us to rise in the algorithm and then be able to reach more people, which is great. Let me see. Who is streaming? Salad Forest. Ooh, animation. This looks cool. Let's go check this out. Yeah, let's go check out Salad Forest is doing some fun stuff. Looks like he's animating stuff in Blender. If you guys want to learn about how to animate things, I think that's really dope. Cool. We're gonna go rate him. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. We will see you tomorrow. Peace.
No one knows that you're just jacked under that shit.
No, look, I want you to know that
Right.
you told me to do.
Oh, that's cool though. You just... Please stand by. The station's being raided. 15
Yeah, that's pretty
people on
cool.
the premise.
That's pretty cool.
Hi, welcome to the stream. Hi, what were y'all up to? Shout out. I don't think my manager.
I can't tell if he's freaking out or
I
not.
think Archer will be here
He's a cool guy. I met him at TwitchCon.
to be. I don't know why I'm being toxic.
No,
Oh my
if
god,
I
all
ever
of them
get the
math today.
chance to,
I've
one of
been
these